Guys, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day today. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make a simple dish. It's called braised pork side with mashed potatoes. Hello, xin chào mấy các bạn. Bữa nay mình sẽ chỉ mấy các bạn nấu cái món braised pork với mashed potatoes. Alright, so the first thing we're gonna do is season our short ribs, and the seasoning we're gonna use today is Montreal steak seasoning. And what this has is more salt, pepper, black and red pepper, also garlic, onion, sunflower oil, and paprika. So pretty much everything is in here instead of me having to buy, every single one of other ingredients in a single bottle. Now, if you don't have this, you can just use salt and pepper, and then, paprika if you have it. Okay, so after you have it seasoned, wrap it up, put it to the side, and we're gonna get the other ingredients ready. All right, scallion. I would just get like a whole batch at Publix, Walmart, wherever you get them. Just get a whole batch, and I would save probably two. Save two of them to the side. The rest, just cut it. Just give it a good cut. It doesn't have to be a fine cut. You just want to cut it into like quarter pieces. It does not have to be perfect. Just like that. And the other two, we're leaving it on the side to pretty much just for topping at the end to make our plate pretty. Next ingredient, ginger. Again, it does not have to be a fine cut. Just cut it into quarter pieces. It doesn't have to be thin either. Pretty thin, but not too thin. Just quarter pieces. I would use about I'll say pretty much like one ginger stick, about like 2 inch. Just like that, guys. It does not have to be a perfect cut. Alright, last but not least, garlic. Same thing as ginger, just cut it into quarter pieces. It does not have to be perfect, or you can just leave it whole. Me, I would at least cut it at least in half. And just like that, it is just quarter it up. It does not have to be perfect cut, just like the ginger. Alright, so mấy các bạn sẽ thấy là mình cắt cái ginger, scallion, you like garlic, right? The next thing you guys should do is get your golden potatoes, peel it, and cut it in half. Mấy các bạn sẽ lấy cái golden potato hay là potato nào các bạn mua cũng được, nhưng mà mình sẽ recommend là cái golden potato là nó ngon nhất. Lột cái vỏ của nó ra, xong rồi cắt nó ra một nửa. The reason why I say like cut it in half is because the smaller the cubes are, or the potatoes, when it's boiling to make mashed potatoes, the smaller they are, the faster they will cook. Because if you leave it whole, it's going to take a little bit longer because it's got to cook through the whole big chunk of potato. But if you cut it in half into smaller pieces, it will cook a lot faster. Alright, so the next step, guys, is go ahead and get your pot. Now you can use a pan if you want to, but I recommend to use a metal, like a full-on metal pan, or full-on stainless steel pan, like no rubber or anything that's on it. The reason why is because we're going to throw it into the oven right after we do everything for the after we sear it and all that stuff. Now, after the oil is hot, go ahead and add in your protein. Ok, mấy các bạn bỏ oil vô trước, xong rồi bỏ thịt vô, xong rồi bây giờ mình chiên với nó xíu ở cái thịt ở ngoài xíu. We just want to give it a good sear on all sides. That's all we want to do. Okay, so the reason why we're just only giving a sear on the outside instead of cooking it thoroughly is because short ribs, they take a pretty long time to cook, especially if you want it to be really tender. Now, unless you don't want it tender, cook all the way through, and eat it. It will be really rubbery. You guys would not like it. Um, if you guys want it tender, cook it the way I'm doing. It's gonna take about around like two hours. So mấy các bạn sẽ nghe là mình nói là mình không có muốn chiên cái thịt cho nó chín hết, mình muốn chiên cho nó ở ngoài tí xíu thôi, cho nó crisp up ở ngoài tí xíu. So as you can see here, it's about to be seared on all sides. It's not fully seared yet, but we're almost there. Mấy các bạn sẽ thấy là mình sẽ chiên nó ở ngoài tí xíu, thấy không? Chiên nó tí xíu thôi nhưng mà đừng có chiên nó cho nó chín. Alright, so as you guys can see here, that's a pretty good crisp on the side, pretty good sear. So after you guys see that, take it off the heat. Put it into a different pan. Now bring the heat down to medium heat. Now after you bring your heat down to medium heat, add in your scallion, ginger, and garlic. Give it a good saute. Keep it moving. Keep stirring it. You don't want it to be burnt. So mấy các bạn sẽ thấy là after mình chiên cái thịt xong rồi á, mình lấy ra bỏ vô qua cái chén khác hay cái gì khác, xong rồi bỏ vô cái ginger, garlic rồi cái scallion của mình bỏ vô nó lại, rồi bỏ đem cái lửa nó xuống khoảng medium heat, xong rồi cho nó chiên mấy cái này một xíu. Okay, well, just like that, guys, you just let it saute just for a little bit, I'll say about 2 minutes. Give it a little stir continuously. Don't let it like sit there because it's gonna get burnt. All right, now get yourself about like a tablespoon of miso paste. Okay, after you add the paste in, give it a little bit of a stir. After you add your paste, add your beef broth. Now I say that's about 3 to 4 cups of beef broth. Oh, and also add 2 bay leaf. And also fresh thyme if you guys have fresh thyme. All right, now turn the heat up a little bit, about medium high, bring it to a simmer. Also, the next thing you guys should do is also preheat your oven to 365 Fahrenheit. While you're making yourself some dinner or lunch, get yourself some wine, enjoy yourself. So if you guys are asking what kind of wine I'm having, it's Stella Rose Berry, one of my favorite. So they have a lot of different flavors. They have berry, peach, mango, pineapple, watermelon. Like there's just so many flavors out there you can try. But Stella Rose is definitely one of my favorite white wine there is. So once the broth has combined with all the other ingredients, go ahead and put your protein back in, and then we're gonna put it into the oven after the oven's been preheat. So mấy các bạn sẽ thấy là mình bỏ cái thịt vô lại cái nước này, chừng nào mấy các bạn sẽ chờ cái nước này nó combine với mấy cái ingredient kia rồi á, cái ginger, garlic, scallion, rồi cái miso paste á, rồi mình bỏ cái thịt vô lại, xong rồi mình lấy cái nồi này mình bỏ cái nồi này vô cái oven luôn, cho nó nấu 365 Fahrenheit cho khoảng 1 tiếng rưỡi, rồi mình xíu nữa mình quay lại mình check. Now, I would recommend to get golden potatoes if you guys are able to find it around your market, or get, whichever the best potatoes you guys can find around your area. Me, I recommend golden potatoes because they're usually the best for the creamiest mashed potatoes you can make. Mấy các bạn sẽ nghe mình nói là mình recommend cái golden potato instead of the other one, because cái golden potato mình làm cái creamy mashed potato nó ngon hơn là mấy cái potato kia. But once you get it, peel, have it cut. The reason why I say cut it is because the smaller the pieces are, the faster they will cook through. Instead of you leaving them whole, it would take a little bit longer to cook. Get your water to a boil, add a little bit of salt. Now after you add your salt, once it's starting to boil, you go ahead and add in your potatoes. Mấy các bạn mở lửa lên rồi bỏ vô khoảng one to two tablespoons of salt. Mình sẽ bỏ vô cái potato. Now we just let that boil for about 20 to 30 minutes. Mấy các bạn bỏ vô nước rồi cho nó boil khoảng 20 tới 30 phút. Okay, so as you guys can see here, after it's been boiled for about half an hour, go ahead and strain it. Mấy các bạn sẽ thấy là ngay bây giờ là mình luộc nó xong rồi mình strain nó, mình lấy nước nó ra, xong rồi ngay bây giờ mình mash nó. So what I recommend for a very creamy mashed potato is to get a sifter. Now you don't have to use this. You can just mash it. But I recommend to use it if you want a really creamy mashed potatoes. So go ahead and put it in the sifter, get a spoon, and just mash it. As you guys can see here, you mash it right through, it all comes out, no clumps and no lumps at all. Put in 2 or 3 at a time. Use your spoon, give it a good mash. Just mash it right through the sift. And there you guys see, there's your mashed potatoes. Now it's ready to eat. You guys want, put salt and pepper on it, give it a little bit more mix and ready to eat. But if you want a really creamy mashed potatoes, I will show you guys right now. Nào mấy các bạn sẽ thấy là mình mash nó hết rồi, là nó ra bằng hết thì là gọi bằng mashed potato. Thấy không? Ngay bây giờ mình bỏ vô muối rồi pepper rồi mình trộn nó cái rồi mình ăn gì cũng được. Nhưng mà nếu mà mình muốn nó creamy hơn á thì để mình chỉ với các bạn. Now get yourself some heavy cream. Make a hole right in the middle. Now I'll pour it in a little bit at a time and give it a mix. Don't like, just don't pour the whole thing in there and then mix it. I recommend to do it just a little bit at a time. Now as you guys can see, the heavy cream brings all of it together and makes it like more creamy. As you can see right here, it's all bringing together. Now if you don't like heavy cream, put a little bit of butter in it. I recommend to use heavy cream, it's just better. And then you can also add a little bit more butter into it. And then after that, get yourself some salt and pepper. Give it another good mix. Last but not least, we're gonna add our lemon pepper seasoning. Now you don't want to overpower this side dish. All right guys, so it's been about 2 hours and it's time to check on it. Alright, so what we would do after we take the pot out of the oven, we're going to use some of that juice to make our sauce. Alright, so after you get about like a cup of just broth out from the pot and put it into a little pot, get bringing the heat back up to medium-high heat. Now once the heat's back on, go ahead and add a little bit of heavy cream. Now what that heavy cream does is that it helps out balance the flavor if it's too strong. And also it helps it thicken up a little bit. Mashed potatoes done. Put it on the plate. Wow, that was really tender. Smack some of that mashed potato on there. Mềm thiệt luôn á, mềm quá, rất là ngon luôn các bạn ơi. Thịt rất mềm. Cái miếng thịt này á, mình phải nấu nó low and slow, chứ mình nấu nó nhanh quá nó rubbery lắm, ăn nhai nó không có ngon đâu, nó rất là dai. Nên là mình phải nấu cho nó khoảng 2 tiếng rồi cái thịt nó mềm. So this kind of cut, like I said, it takes a long time for it to be cooked. I recommend it, like, you gotta let it braise for about like close to 2 hours and 3 hours max, especially if you want it tender. Oh yeah. Guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. I much appreciate it, and much love, guys. And if there's any future dishes you guys want me to make, just let me know. Leave it down in the comment. I'll make it. Cảm ơn các bạn rất là nhiều. Like, subscribe, and share. Với lại bỏ dưới comment mấy các bạn muốn mình nấu gì next time. Anyway, guys, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.